I remember as a child, a bite of lamb skewers brimming with cumin and chili was my introduction to halal cuisine. Since then, whenever I wanted to splurge but didn't know what to eat, I'd choose a reliable way restaurant to satisfy my craving. However, to eat truly authentic food, a trip to northwest China is definitely necessary. But aside from Xining, where I studied at university, I haven't been to the other 4 northwestern provinces. Now that I've saved enough money, I have to fly there and eat my fill. So, my first stop will be either Xinjiang, with its exotic atmosphere, for the famous big plate chicken, or Lanzhou, for its renowned beef noodles. Or perhaps Yinchuan, the Jiangnan of the Northwest, to try the Salt Lake and its unique flavors, or maybe Qinghai for its local specialties. Qinghai, situated in between, seems rather understated. Aside from the crystal-clear Qinghai Lake and the pristine Chaka Salt Lake, there's not much to say about its food. The ubiquitous Lanzhou beef noodles, however, originated in Hualong County, Qinghai. Is Qinghai's cuisine so easily overlooked in the culinary world of northwest China? With questions in mind and an empty stomach, let's head to Xining, Qinghai, to find out. Want to start the video? Arriving in Xining, the chilly, rainy weather almost made me forget that it's 30 degrees Celsius in Hangzhou. Not dressed warmly enough, I needed something to warm up. For example, the online recommendation for fist offal soup, a specialty of mutton offal soup, with its retro receipts and wall-mounted honors, seemed quite reliable. I ordered the basic 25 yuan version and took a small sip. Wow, amazing! The seemingly simple soup was actually a vibrant mix of flavors. The aroma and freshness of the mutton soup, the simple spiciness of salt and pepper, even a small sip warmed my blood, spreading throughout my body. Besides the delicious broth, a quick glance revealed the offal, a cleaned head, heart, liver, intestines, and stomach, the texture of which danced between the tender tendons and hindquarters. A large spoonful of chili peppers permeated the entire dish, making my blood feel like it was boiling with every bite. At this moment, a bite of steamed bun is the perfect blood pressure reliever. And soaking it in the soup is the ultimate way to show respect for this bowl of mutton offal. Amazing! With the soup at the bottom, it's time to get to know the sheep here. Located between the Loess Plateau and the Qinghai-Tibet Plateau, half of Qinghai is grassland. Sheep raised here have tender, lightly browned meat, making them exceptionally delicious. So, no sheep can survive to leave Qinghai. Given the locals' obsession with mutton, if a sheep village were built here, it probably wouldn't last a single episode. Therefore, the very first episode features hand-pulled mutton. First-time visitors will definitely want to try Yixin hand-pulled mutton. The braised style gives it a slightly charred and salty surface, without any fancy flavors. But the milky, delicious flavor of the meat is enough to shatter my preconceived notions about mutton. Smooth and delicious, dipped in salt and pepper, and then a little chili sauce, it instantly transforms the eating experience into something wild. Hand-pulled mutton is delicious, but its low temperature left me wanting more. Thankfully, Qinghai's unique sheep-raising method saved me, roasted lamb chops. Following a recommendation, I went to Deshao Roasted Meat Restaurant. Judging by the number of customers, it couldn't be bad. The roasted lamb chops arrived in about 20 minutes. Wow! Looking at the appetizing color and inhaling the complex aroma, what was I waiting for? I quickly took a small bite. Although the preparation method is similar to dry pot dishes, the taste is incomparable. The lamb chops, with their golden brown skin, fully absorbed the aroma of the side dishes and seasonings in the pot, becoming incredibly salty, fragrant, and spicy. The skin was dry, the inside moist, the lean meat was tender, and the fat fragrant. Once you took a bite, you didn't have time to savor it properly until you removed the bone, and the sweetness lingered on your lips, making you realize how delicious it was. Roasted lamb chops are also known as unforgettable. The pot is brimming with side dishes, but the truly amazing one is the thick potato starch. It's not hard or powdery at all. Instead, it's chewy and springy, and it absorbs all the flavors from the pot. Once you've absorbed it, you'll understand what happy weight gain means. Eating roasted lamb chops wouldn't be complete without a staple food. I personally recommend grabbing an old man's baked flatbread from across the street. Don't be fooled by the name. This flatbread is a hearty meat-filled bun, fragrant and oily. After baking, it's sliced open, brushed with a secret spicy sauce, and topped with 6 skewers of beef that's been cooked over high heat. Hold it down and pull it apart. A luxurious 15 yuan treat awaits you. Wow! The dual penetration of the spicy sauce leaves just the right amount of space in the flatbread, allowing the beef to swirl and dance on the fire. The beef, not at all tough, is perfectly tender and juicy. One bite of this savory, spicy flavor instantly makes the 12 yuan fresh river meat pie seem like a distant memory. The double dose of salty, spicy flavor from the flatbread and the braised meat was almost too much for my taste buds. That's when a bowl of yak yogurt comes in handy. The yellow skin and white interior, just one bite and you'll know it's the taste you'll crave once you leave Xining. Absolutely amazing. The perfect first day filled me with confidence for the rest of my culinary adventure. The next day, I immediately checked out Xining's hottest offal shop, Marsha Offal. Okay, check-in successful. Time for the next one. Successful my foot. How could an offal shop with a queue that starts at 5 p.m. be closed? No worries, if I can't have the offal, I'll have the soup. Yak bone soup. A small restaurant highly recommended by netizens, is similar in preparation to Huainan beef soup, super soft and meaty, all cooked into a soup. However, compared to the red fruit in Huainan beef soup, this soup is less visually appealing. But just one sip and it won me over. The clear broth, floating with oil, contains a rich aroma like yak bones. It's thick but not greasy, with just the right amount of salt and spiciness. This delicious soup, paired with finely processed yak meat, chewy and glutinous potato noodles, flavorful white radish, and a hearty white membrane, instantly compensates for the lack of offal. It's absolutely perfect. However, my restaurant radar malfunctioned at this point because I realized I had arrived during Eid al-Fitr, an important Muslim holiday. All the recommended restaurants online were closed for 3 days. And I was leaving Xining in 3 days, so from flight cancellations and delays to the holiday, I had to leave immediately. This trip to Xining was incredibly difficult. And the most unfortunate part was not getting to try the meat, barbecue. This regret is no less than forgetting to like my video. Oh well, while I couldn't get barbecue, thankfully another snack recommended by a friend was still open, fried skewers. No one dares to claim to be the best fried skewer shop in Xining, but this place, Fire Cloud Evil God, is undoubtedly the uncrowned king of Xining's fried skewer scene. Upon entering, the noisy environment and the incongruous image of Heban goddess on the wall tell you that true fusion lies in frying. When ordinary ingredients are passed out the window, they transform like a phoenix rising from the ashes, vibrant in color and bursting with aroma. Without excessive seasoning, the saltiness and spiciness alone are enough to satisfy your cravings. The chili oil seeping into your hands, the peppers exploding with fragrance. This fiery red dish truly evoked the spirit of the legendary demon. Like Yagami, fried skewers are just the normal form. The most insane state is the fried chicken feet, like a demon's. Look at that lethal dose of fried chili peppers. It looks like 4 big characters. Chrysanthemum in danger. Pulling a chicken foot out of this sea of red, I took a small bite. The stick-like outer shell made me think it was going to fail, but biting into it, my teeth effortlessly broke through this fragile layer. Then I sank into the soft, glutinous texture of the rich shrimp. Even more amazing is that the joints and bones are so tender that you don't even need to peel them. To achieve this level of control over the heat is truly remarkable. With such superior frying quality, the flavor is naturally impeccable. Despite the plate being covered in vibrant red fried chilies, it's not spicy at all. This quality is undoubtedly thanks to the domesticated chilies. Nature has perfectly utilized their aroma. The intense frying, mild spiciness, and bursting aroma won't interrupt your chicken feed enjoyment, coupled with just the right amount of saltiness. The ultimate result of this chicken feet's battle against your teeth is complete defeat. Absolutely incredible. This non-mainstream Xining delicacy has refreshed my understanding of this place, as well as its noodles. Although outsiders might think Qinghai is famous for Lanzhou ramen, which is often looked down upon by Lanzhou locals, in the local carbohydrate-rich world, hand-pulled noodles are the eternal god. If we're going to be more specific, it's sheep intestine noodles. While many noodle shops are closed for the holidays, the dedicated Ga Jinhua takes on the responsibility. But if you want to eat his noodles, you have to withstand a test. The cramped space and long queues meant that even if you were carrying a sign saying, "Crying," you could only eat by climbing to the window. The noodles they craved were simply hand-pulled noodles cooked to about 70% doneness, coated in rapeseed oil beforehand. When you wanted to eat them, you just grabbed a handful, dipped it into boiling broth, added ingredients and seasonings, and mixed it all together. It looked similar to hot dry noodles, but after one small bite, Qinghai Ocean intestine noodles are amazing. 666, my dream come true. The noodles, mixed with chili oil, chive blossoms, and minced garlic, seem to have been marinated. The textured, grainy noodles were inhaled with a strong wind, each strand distinct in the mouth, bursting with rich aroma after chewing. Then came a bite of lamb intestine wrapped around offal, not gamey, not greasy, chewy, and flavorful, perfect. This bowl of noodles was so delicious, you could eat it non-stop, no time to spare. Absolutely amazing. The Eid al-Fitr holiday made me completely abandon online recommendations and just eat whatever I wanted. Whether it was rolled noodles, instant noodles, or local Qinghai specialties, every dish was delicious. On my last night, I let my guard down and decided to fulfill my Xining barbecue dream downstairs. However, 2 restaurants side by side left me in a dilemma. Luckily, an old-fashioned method of choice gave me the answer. 1 soybean, 1 grain of rice, whoever farts, it's you, right? So, this is it. In Xining, grilled lamb chops are even more popular than meat skewers. Traditionally, like the Xining barbecue influencer Ma Yidao, the lamb chops are boiled first and then grilled to ensure they're cooked through but not burnt. But I'm going to take the unconventional approach and experience the more technically demanding raw grilling of lamb chops. The bespectacled chef, with a deadpan expression, took out the lamb chops to warm them up until the meat turned white. Then, he skillfully used both hands to grill them under the scorching heat. The rhythmic, measured movements, like a beautiful piano piece, were precise and controlled. He meticulously controlled the temperature and the process of the lamb absorbing the heat, allowing it to penetrate layer by layer, constantly activating its inner universe and releasing bursts of aroma. Just as it rapidly heats up, like crafting a weapon, it's twice stuffed into a broth to cool, bringing out the meat's flavor and enhancing its texture. Then, it's removed from the wax and coated with an enticing red, placed back on the grill for a second roast. It's infused with spices and a generous amount of Zunhua chili peppers, giving this rare aroma an even more delicious armor. Seeing this, I suddenly realized, this isn't just barbecue. This is art, a small bite of art. The lamb chops, repeatedly tempered under the grill, have a slightly charred skin and chewy, firm meat. With each chew, they release the juices and seasonings, offering both the savory aroma of beef broth and the rich fragrance of chili sauce. Swallowing them whole, this wild way of eating is both uninhibited and incredibly satisfying. A bite of raw lamb chops adds an extra layer of intensity to this sizzling hot skewer, truly a case of a mute eating bitter melon, oblivious to the inflammation, absolutely amazing. Eating meat with gusto, pairing it with garlic, and sipping tea with gusto, this seemingly rough and ready approach to skewers is actually full of meticulous design. Garlic enhances the flavor, while minty tea removes any fishy or spicy taste. Using both hands quickly restores the palate to its original state. This seemingly tough yet tender style seems to reflect the character of Qinghai, where breathtaking natural scenery is enveloped by various mountain roads and extreme temperatures. The reserved and serious barbecue chefs embody a rigorous attitude towards their craft. Although there isn't the fiery passion depicted in documentaries, when you meet these locals, you'll understand that their passion is truly contained within the food. If you have the chance to come. Besides the beautiful scenery, the taciturn guesthouse owner in Xining will surely satisfy you with his culinary skills.